Hello and welcome to the Darkest Dungeon. Now, I don't know how many of you have already seen this game, probably quite a few of you. I have clearly been playing maybe a bit too much. This is actually my second campaign account here. I deleted the first after about 60 weeks because I realized I had completely ruined any chances I had of making it to rank 6. On this account I have several rank 5s, a couple almost rank 6, but not quite. But we're not here to talk about that. We're going to start. So likely most of you have already seen Darkest Dungeon,
the old road.
In case
it
you
winds
haven't,
with a troubling serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places.
I'll go ahead and let this
There is a
video play.
sickness in the ancient pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
Yep, so this is what the town looks like when it's fully complete, which is more or less beautiful. And you start with...
Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path.
So,
the hamlet is just ahead.
That's okay.
Dispatch this dog in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your
variety
arrival.
of attacks, 4 attacks each character, but you actually have access to several more that you can choose 4 of each. 4 of to use. Sorry, that was not at all.
Press disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
So you have access to 7 total talents, and you can choose 4 of them for each character. So you have to unlock these other ones, and I'll show you all about that here shortly. So not every mob drops loot, but most do. So
Leave
it's
nothing
always a good
unchecked.
idea to kill everything.
There is much
I
to be
always
found
clear
in
all
forgotten
rooms
places.
in every dungeon. There's no reason not to.
An
So
ambush.
in this situation,
Send
you see
these
the big
vermin
guy.
a message.
He
The
looks big
rightful
and
owner
menacing,
has
but really it's this
returned,
tiny
and their
guy in the
kind
back.
is
He's
no
going to be the
longer
biggest
welcome.
problem for us. Unfortunately, he can't do much from here, so I guess we'll just attack him. Which, hey, got the bleed off at least, and he got the dodge. Hey, that's nice. That is very helpful. Doesn't matter if we stun, he's already gone this turn. So as you can see, it shows your turns. It's really nice. That's actually a new thing recently. Being able to see who is on each turn, who is not, and what turn you're actually on in the light level. So in the Darkest Dungeon, it's always best to be running on dark. Clearly, as the name implies, you should always be running with no torches. What do I mean when I say this?
A victory.
So, as
Perhaps
the
the
torch
turning
goes
point.
out, you have the option to burn additional torches, if you have them in your inventory, to keep the light up. Now, having the light up increases your scouting chances, increases the chance that you're going to surprise
As the
enemies when you
falls,
find them,
a faint
giving you
hope
basically an
blossoms.
extra turn before. See, this is a trap chest. Let's see if we can. Yeah, we have no key. You need a key for that to get any loot out of it. So the dungeon is complete. You can click that. That was just the tutorial. Not really anything to be proud about. So after Oh, he got a good one, which is awesome. So on the first round, he'll get +4 speed and +4 dodge. That's cool. So our tank will be able to go usually first.
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands,
and it says,
they are yours
tells you
now,
what happened in the last
and
week.
you are bound
every
to
time
them.
that you run a dungeon, a week passes, and every week you're going to need to use different parts, and possibly every part of your town. Now, since this is a brand new account here, let's just start by
Women and men,
going to
soldiers and outlaws,
stagecoach here. We
fools
need more.
and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is
This is
clear.
the first place that you want to increase. I always put the most into this stagecoach first, so that you can get the maximum number of heroes right away. You need more. You need a full roster. So we have 11 slots, but we want to build those up as quick as possible.
Most will end up here,
Be able to see your heroes.
covered in
Don't
the
worry, it'll
poisoned
fill up
earth,
quick. You're gonna start losing
awaiting
heroes
merciful
right away.
oblivion.
We are gonna lose heroes really quick. So these are the memoirs, which is really just your progress, which we haven't done anything because it's a brand new account. So let's go right back. We have nothing
A
else to do
mecca
but go
of
straight
madness and morbidity.
into battle.
Your work
So,
begins.
oh, and look at that, we unlocked
The cost of preparedness, measured
a
now in
title
gold,
for our team, so we
Later.
don't have any other options.
in blood.
We're in the ruins. We'll grab one shovel, it's short. We'll grab one holy water, one key, just in case. So, the idea is you're just gonna keep running dungeons.
The fiends
You
must
get
be driven back.
different items.
And what better place to begin than the seat
different
of our
dungeons.
noble line?
I didn't even bother to look what we get from this dungeon because it doesn't matter. We don't have any other choices right now. So we're just going to keep running the dungeons that they offer us until
As
we
the
start having
fiend
choices.
falls, a faint hope blossoms.
So this is, at this point, what I would consider the only healer,
The
the
way is
Vestal.
lit. The path is clear.
And she
We
has...
require only the strength to follow it.
This one doesn't have, but unlocked yet. An AoE heal and a targeted single heal. Single target heal. A lot of people refer to this game as Darkest RNG
Confidence surges as the enemy
because
crumbles.
generally it seems like the enemy hits sooner, hits harder, hits more often, crits more often, dodges more often. Everything just seems to go the computer's way, generally at the low levels, and even more so at the maximum level. And I don't know if maybe this is because of the newest patches and all the changes that have happened, but I've found the computer to be incredibly forgiving recently.
Press this advantage.
It's almost
Give them
like
no
it's
quarter.
going in my favor for several battles. The boss battles have been gone differently, however. I've had no luck on the Swine King. For some reason, I don't know exactly what I'm doing wrong, but I'm wiping on him every time, and I've lost so many heroes on my other account. Mind you, it is the hard level, but it's frustrating. This game can certainly cause rage quits, and it has. And I foolishly just did that with my Crusader. So, as you saw, there was a trap on the ground there. And I've got a variety of options with traps. So actually, you can look at each character and see how much trap resist. Oh, here we go. So yeah, he had 10% trap resist, and yet he still is able to get it off. So these are all of your resistance. Death blow 67%. So that's pretty good. But his trap is 30%. His is 15. And hers is 0. So the person I want to be opening my traps is the Highwayman. So the torch here that you see at the top as the light goes down, stress levels go up. You get stressed just by being in the dungeon, by monsters attacking you, breathing, moving, doing anything basically once this torch is snuffed out. However, and you take more damage, as you can see.
Secrets and wonders can be
You
found
also
in
get
the
more
most
loot,
tenebrous corners
and
of
your
this place.
crits go up as the torch goes out. I
Even
tend to
the
run with no
cold
torches. I don't
stone
buy any
seems
torches.
bent on
If
preventing
I pick
passage.
any up, I keep them, but I don't use them to increase the light. And if I have to camp during any of my runs, I generally snuff the torch right away. I don't want the torch on at all. If you want to make any kind of loot, if you want to make any kind of big plays in the early game especially, you cannot be using any torches. And it's just phenomenal. I mean, the amount of loot that you can pick up in the early game, you see criticals left and right.
Yourself that
And having that
overconfidence is a slow
plus
and
3 to
insidious
player
killer.
crits definitely helps. Plus 3 to loot definitely helps. Every little thing. So you'll see on the map here, these rooms that look pure empty as a blank wall. Yeah, that's clearly what it is. Oh, here we go. Okay, so decorative urns. There are all these different items all around the dungeons. Different things for different places, and after you run a couple, you'll learn basically which areas come with which. So I had bought a holy water back in town, knowing that these urns sometimes come up, and it holds ashes of the departed. Now, if you were to just click check inside the urn, you might get some loot. You might get poisoned. Maybe nothing happens. If you use the holy water, you are guaranteed to get
Wealth
loot.
beyond measure, awarded to the brave and the
Just
foolhardy alike.
quite a bit. So here we go. There you go. The highwaymen disarm the trap, no problem. I know my crusader did it no problem last time, but that's not usual. You need 20% or more to really avoid. Okay, so I don't know anything about the Plague Doctor. I don't usually use the Plague Doctor. I don't run him. I like
How quickly the
to have
tide
more
turns.
DPS. I don't feel like the Plague Doctor does enough damage. But maybe I just don't know enough about him yet. So I don't know, maybe I'll try and keep one in a rotation here as a sort of wonky combo. But we'll see how things go. So let's just chew through this dungeon here real quick and get on to the next one. Maybe I'll do 2 or 3 here in this video real quick. I don't know. We'll just see how things pan out. And yes, I am kind of whispering a little bit
As
here.
victories
My
mount,
toddler is
so too will
sleeping.
resistance.
So you see that this is slightly ajar, so there's no need to use a key if it had said that it was locked. Oh no. And I don't know what to use against that. Perhaps holy water.
The
I
darkness
don't know.
holds dominion. Black
So she
as
has the
death.
AoE heal, which just heals everybody on your team, which is pretty garbage in the early game.
Well
But
struck.
once she's level 4, and you can upgrade that skill, and yeah, to the max level available now, it gets really good. Oh, I think he's
Perched
on
at the
death's
very
door.
precipice of oblivion.
No. So when you're on death's door, you're 1 hit away from death.
This expedition at least
he survived.
promises success.
So I'll have him eat some food, and we'll keep going. Maybe he lives, maybe he dies, I don't know. Oh look, okay, so here's another one, the alchemy table. Now you have a variety of options here. If you like having the torch at maximum level, you can use a torch to increase your torch all the way back up to maximum with an alchemy table. Or, if you don't care about it like I do, and you want more loot, then you use the medicinal herbs, which will clean the instruments every time, allowing for loot to be taken, which is really handy. So it looks like I did not bring enough shovels. Generally I only see one of these blockades in a short dungeon, but there were two, so now you get to see the magic that is
Without tools
stress.
of iron, you must rely on flesh
Lots of
and
stress.
indefatigable purpose.
My plague doctor here has been on the brink of death for far too long now. Okay, and so here comes the player surprise. They're gonna get the first turn, probably across the board. These two guys in the back, they don't do much damage, but man, they lay on the stress. And it's gonna be a serious problem. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Whoops. So I just made this combat phase incredibly more difficult for myself for no reason. Oh, that worked out. Even though she's stunned and loses her turn, that's still better. Okay, we better take him out of the match while he's still low. And had not gone that turn. So he would have been able to go if I had not killed him. So that worked out really well. Oh, the stress. Oh, the stress. This is adding up quick. So I used to cap at 100, and he'd go insane, but it really wasn't that bad. Usually you'd just lose some stats, and it didn't make any difference in the end. And now they make a cap at 200, where at 200, if you reach that level, then you die. Your character insta-dies. You can't go on any further. It's pretty ridiculous. I think that might be a little bit... I think it may have gone a little bit too far. In my own opinion. But they had to change it up from how it was. 100 stress, and it literally did nothing. I mean, there was no... there was no incentive not to run at full darkness and at full stress for a while there. It made no difference whether you were at full stress or at no stress. So, and I'm glad that they did change that. They made stress a more effective means of torture. Okay. So now he's at death's door, and he's at maximum stress here. So he's tested O, and he becomes abusive. So he got... Oh, okay. So he's afflicted, which is fine. And it looks like... Nope, it looks like my Bestial became virtuous, which is what the good thing can happen when you max out on stress. So our highwayman got powerful. And our plague doctor got abusive, which is interesting and really spices up the language and dialogue quite a bit. And he's going to be back on death's door, which is increasing his stress a bit. I think he might die from stress this turn, or this game, before he even gets back to town. Poor little guy. Tardif. Well, he would be worth more to me as a cadaver. Well, we know how you feel about it. Oh, he's still at death's door. He didn't die from that hit. I'm surprised. Usually at death's door, you're one hit from death. Unless you're lucky. Ooh, look at that. Critical. Didn't see that coming, did you? No, you did not. I did not see that coming either. Butcher. Absolutely no precision at all.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
I tend to agree. Yeah, we're just gonna shuffle guys around here, seemingly at random. So, this is an heirloom chest where you can just open the chest, but I always use a key here, because 9 times out of 10 it's gonna work to get you more loot.
Often low on supplies.
Let's see. Oh, okay, so there's no more fights here. Let's see if we can disarm. Okay. Sweet. And it looks... Okay, so... There we go. That's hunger. It does come up from time to time. Oh, this could be bad. This could be real bad. I don't think anything works on these. Yeah. Something works, but I don't know what. maybe the medicinal herbs? I don't know. Something. And even though this room is empty, I'm still gonna walk into it. Just force of habit. It makes no difference, but we made out like a bandit. We made quite a bit of loot in that run.
Returned to rest.
That will
Devils
help
remanded to their abyss.
as far as rebuilding. Alright, let's see what we got this time. Okay, so accuracy and range skills, which he has none, so that's wonderful. Minus 10% damage if the torch is above 0. Okay, so he has to be in the dark. Scouting chance and warrants, yeah, but he's not likely gonna make it. Oh, and hey, lockjaw, nice. Minus 5 accuracy and minus 10% damage. That's just fantastic. All right.
I remember days when the sun shone and laughter could be heard from the tavern.
These are grim days indeed. So the tavern is now unlocked. The abbey is now unlocked. And we're going to show those off because we need them.
The pews set straight.
So the abbey allows you to reduce stress on characters. That will allow you to reduce stress here. Some of them will not, such as the one who needs the most stress relief. Okay, well, let's increase. Yep.
A little hope, however desperate, is never without worth.
We've got a